Engine 1 from car 1. Car 1's on scene. If they've been command, give me a CAN report.
What's going on, everybody? This is Mike Goldstein, stickers of the C.A.N report. Nozzle top, everybody. I have a great person with me today. We're at Bears of the Oath, number 6, Calhoun, Georgia. It's raining outside. That's what we're doing in the bay. We're actually in a really cool apparatus bay here in Georgia, and I have a fantastic guest with me. And who are you, sir?
Thank you. Thanks again, Mike. This is awesome that I'm on here. My name's Mark Rossi. I'm a captain in the fire department out of South Florida. I've got a little over 25 years in the job. I love being here. Bears of the Oath is my first conference. I love what this conference stands for. I didn't always work in the fire service. I actually started my career in corporate America, had a sibling in the fire service that got me into it. That career has been a blessing all the way from start to finish. I mean, I wouldn't have done anything else differently, but that's a little bit of who I am. Nothing too crazy,
And from start to finish, you're going to be finishing pretty soon on that
yes.
end of it, right?
Yes.
You got retirement coming up.
So my last shift will be February 24th.
Wow.
Little retirement ceremony on the 25th, and then on to the next chapter. And I think I always joke this with my wife. I'm probably going to be, I want to say, busier in retirement, but the fire service has never defined me. It's been a blessing, don't get me wrong, but I'm going to be doing something completely different, which I know we're going to talk about here in a minute, with the fire service.
Yeah. Oh, man. You honestly, you've actually touched a lot of lives, and you do a lot of good in the world. And one of the things I love about being here is Bears of the Oath is I get to meet amazing people who are doing such good things in the world. And I preach about this conference so much because it is a rejuvenation.
Yeah.
And it's almost an awakening. You get to be with people who actually care about each other, not about clout, not about algorithms or any of that.
Yeah.
It's legit, just here bringing people up. Now you're here at Bears of the Oath, number 6. Is this your first time being here?
Yes, it is.
What do you think so far?
I've been at a lot of conferences over 25 plus years career. I've been all over this country, and I've been really blessed to do so. Learned from a lot of great firemen. I can say this with only being a handful of days in. Anybody that's never been here, this is the best conference I've ever been to, hands down. And I'll tell you why. Like you said, no egos, no attitudes, no cliques, none of that stuff. And it's just again, what this stands for here, hard charging firemen. They all got mustaches. I got to learn to get one, right? Hard charging firemen, love of God. Their faith is first, which I love, and again, that's big in the fire service. It's needed in our jobs. I don't understand how guys can go through this career and not have something faith-based, right? But it's very different here. And it's hard for me to sit here and even explain to you how I feel because the vibe is very different out there than anywhere else I've been. I would just tell your listeners, this is the conference you got to come to. I can't even tell you in words what it means. You have to come and experience it.
Yeah. And it's a great, you said you can't even describe in words, is something I asked, and I think you were there for it. The first day of our hot class in the morning, I asked the group to report back to me, not what you saw, but what you felt, because it's so easy to describe what we've seen. We've seen people working hard.
Yeah.
We've seen people sweating. We've seen people do forcible entry. We've seen people push hoses.
Yeah.
But what did you feel? Because that's, I think, the best way for anyone to describe something. Did you feel love? Did you feel support? Did you feel God in you?
Yeah.
What is it that you're feeling at this moment? And what is that conference bringing to you? Because that's when I come home, I'm feeling that love and I'm feeling that support, and you're making brothers for a lifetime.
Yes.
And just like you said, you felt something.
Yeah, I'll tell you what it is exactly. So yesterday morning, Shane said to me, Shane Bentley, who runs the conference, said, I need somebody to work inside safety upstairs on the second floor. And I immediately volunteered. I'm like, I'm retiring in a few weeks. I tell my crew this, you're never too old to learn something new. And you're never too old to keep going to conferences. This is going to keep me in the fire service. I play in the pipes and drums back at home. That's a big part of it. But listen, I love being a fireman.
Yeah.
I love it. And it doesn't matter what we're doing. So we get up on the second floor. They said, hey, Rossi, we're going to burn a little hotter than Florida. This is Georgia hot. And I'm up there with all older guys, right? Nobody up there was under the age of 40.
Yeah.
And they're busting their butt, but they're laughing, they're joking, but they're checking on each other. Hey, you guys are good. You guys are good. Because we did 12 rotations, one after the next. I think we were on air for almost 45 minutes without taking a break, But it was different. The way that they treat us all up there was just different. There's no egos up there. There's not, hey, I'm a smoke diver. I'm better than you. I'm this and that. No, there's none of that. It was just like after the first 5 or 6, hey, Rossi, you good? Yeah, I'm good. Hey, you guys good? Like it was just gelling. And these are guys that I've never worked with before. I didn't even meet them until 5 minutes until we got in that burn building. We came out high five, and it was just like, it was awesome.
That's what's so great about it, is that they make you feel already like family.
Yeah.
And like you said, there's a majority of smoke divers here.
Yeah.
And flame.
And nothing wrong. I respect those guys
and that's what I'm
completely.
saying. Like,
I respect those
these
guys.
are guys
completely.
that working their asses off, and it's something to be proud of.
Yeah.
And they're proud of it. They got their patches,
Yeah.
but the thing is they're not walking in going, I'm so and so, and I'm a smoke diver.
Correct.
They don't tell anybody that.
I didn't
right?
hear that a single time.
Yeah, and that's what's amazing, that they don't care that you're not one, and they don't have to push it in their face that they are one.
Yeah.
I mean, you have Don Sapp. Like I learned
I love that guy.
I learned yesterday he did the Georgia Flames at 55 years old. 55 years old.
He's 70 years old out there, and he's in gear.
Yeah.
And he doesn't stop working, and he wears 2 hoods. Why? Because it's not cold outside. Right? I saw that all yesterday. That's awesome.
Right?
And the guy's a hard charger.
He's a hard charger, but he is such a humble person. And I get texts from that thing when you come from these conferences. I get random texts on a daily. Hey, I love you, brother. How you doing?
Yeah, it's awesome.
You don't get that when you usually go to some other
No,
places.
no.
And I'm not. And I want people to understand too, is that we're not biting on other conferences,
Absolutely
because they all bring
Great.
something to the table.
Yeah, they're all
right?
great.
They're all great. But it's what you make of it.
Yeah.
But I love the grassroots of conferences, because you get a more intimate feeling with everybody. You can actually just sit down, talk with them.
You can have a genuine conversation. Yep.
And no one's bigger than others.
Correct.
And so this is your first time coming to Bears of the Oath. You were at the lectures on the first day, and that was really great. I mean, there was a lot of dust in people's eyes.
Yeah.
From some of these people who did their lectures. And the people who were up there speaking, they were talking about their tribe. And, the tribe is what you make of it.
Yep.
Like I talk a lot about having my tribe.
Yep.
And a lot of people from Bears of the Oath that I've met, they are part of my tribe. The tribe is your family, tribe is your friends, people that you can lean on and trust and be there to help bring you back up when you fall. But you have a different kind of, not a different kind of tribe, but you have a very close-knit tribe. And so I noticed that yesterday. What is the tribe that you guys are a part of?
Sure. And I can say this, that the fire service, I've learned this over my career. Now I'm 51 years old. I'm going to be 52 the day after.
You look pretty good.
Right.
You look pretty good in the 50s.
This job is very stressful, high risk. We run a lot of bad calls. And who do you turn to when you are going through stuff? I don't care who you are. I don't care what rank you are. Everybody's going to go through. We all know this. You don't come through this career unscathed by something, right? And again, without going too many details, years ago, I had my own stuff, and I needed this conference to recharge, because I hadn't been to a conference in a while. And other than teaching a handful of classes and doing some stuff in South Florida, when C.A.N called me up, one of the guys in the tribe, just to answer your question, he said, come to Bears of the Oath. I thought it was just going to be another fire conference. I'm like, all right, maybe I'll go. Even my wife's like, it's just another fire conference, until that day one. Day one, guys get up, they share their testimonies about who they are. It's emotional. And 20 years ago, coming on the job, if there was a weakness in the firehouse or you were weak, they're like, hey, kid, deal with it. Suck it up and deal with it. And don't worry about it. There wasn't, but unfortunately, now we see over time, not that we want line of duty deaths or suicides at all, but the suicide rate's going up and the line of duty deaths down. I don't want either one, right? But why is that? Because guys don't have an outing. So kind of go back to your question. I don't believe in coincidences, unless, at least not up to the last 4 years, right? I meet these guys, my tribe, and I'm going to say their names because I love them dearly. Shane Bentley, who runs this Bears of the Oath conference. Jason Painter. Kevin Pfluger is out there teaching on the fire ground. I was just flowing some water with him. Tom Hollick, Christopher Snow, Nate Sturm. Those guys are my tribe. And what makes it special is, here's the cool thing about this, right? We've known each other for 4 years. We've had a WhatsApp. We had a little fellowship chat. Sometimes it might be a Bible study. Sometimes we might just get online just to talk about the fire service and our families.
Mm-hmm.
The other day was the first time I get to meet all of them in person. We had a really special moment that I've never had in my entire career. It goes back to passion. It goes back to purpose of this job. It goes back to serving others. That word brotherhood that is used very loosely in the fire service. I hate it when guys say, hey, I'm your brother. I can tell you, if you're a young guy in the fire service, come to Bears of the Oath and you'll find out what true brotherhood is.
Yeah.
Because it almost took 25 years to me to find the real meaning. And I found about it a couple days ago when I walked in.
Yeah. And you actually nailed it, man. Absolutely 100% is people who've never been here. You got it. And it's not about the skill sets. Like you didn't say one thing about what you did. Like there wasn't anything about the evolutions or the reps. It literally was about what you felt, who you met, the message that's being brought. And I mean, we learn a lot. That's why I come down here all the time.
And listen,
skills I learned.
I will tell you this. I told these guys the training this week is a bonus for me.
Yeah.
I love fire training.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody that knows me at my station, they know I love fire training. That was a bonus. But getting to know all you guys, I got to leave tomorrow. I wish I could stay here the whole week. I can't wait to come back because this is something special out here. This is something that I've never experienced ever in my career.
Yeah. It's the work they put in, the dedication, and that's a lot of energy from Shane and from Webb as well.
Yep.
Webb is kind of the unsung hero as well for this whole program. He does a lot of behind the scenes.
I might not have met him yet.
Yeah, Shane and Webb Marshall, they do a great job with coordinating everything and raising money. Like they're raising money for Next Rung. They've already raised over $2,000 for the Next Rung.
Wow.
And that's a nonprofit organization for us, for first responders, for firefighters who need help, that can't find a way out, and then they need someone to talk to, and they're honestly too embarrassed to reach out to their own department. And they can literally text Next Rung. They can call them up and they can find them online. They're there. And Shane and Blake Stennett has done a great job with raising money for that. It's something near and dear to all of us. So I love that the money that he raised, and he made it very clear to everybody, hey, don't buy my stuff. You don't need to buy the Bears of shirts, hats. Please buy these auction items or raffle tickets. All that money goes back to Next Rung. And they actually raised money yesterday for a firefighter family in need.
Yes. Yeah,
and
that was awesome.
Again, he said, like, I'm not bringing my swag to this social event. I want you all to buy these raffle tickets because that's all going to benefit this firefighter's family. And they raised a lot of money for that. So everybody kicked in for that mission. And you have a mission that you're doing as well. You're doing a charity. You're going to be doing this, a charity, if you will. And can you tell me a little bit about that?
You're talking about post-retirement stuff.
Yeah, post-retirement stuff.
Right, so completely different than the fire service. So I'll put it out there. So again, you guys know who I am. So my colleague, very long friend in the fire service, technically my battalion chief, his name's Troy Cool. We have a little bit of this bourbon hobby, right? Again, from South Florida. What turned into a friendly conversation one day started collections, online stuff, reading. I started taking classes on becoming a master distiller. I started working under one. I took it a little bit more serious. Now we're towards the end of our career, so I have had a lot of people ask me, Rossi, what's retirement look like? And I don't really have all the answers because, as we know, there's only somebody upstairs that's going to point me in a direction, right? But here's what I can tell you is we decided to, over the last 2 years, do a lot of research. It took us 2 years to find the gentleman that we're working with. And again, I can't say certain things and certain details, but if you're on social media, you look me up on Facebook or whatnot, or Instagram, we started Brotherhood and Valor Spirit Company. We are going to put out our first bourbon this year. I'm super excited. We're targeting an August, September launch date. Now, when you look at our logo, yes, it's got some axes and a helmet, and it's going to look like it's a firefighter base. But here's the best part about what our project is, because I just told you, our motto is we're built with passion and we're built on purpose, right? With passion, on purpose. We're not just putting a bottle out on the shelf to be another bottle in a liquor store. Both of us, Christian guys, we love the fire service as much as we love our bourbon hobby. We love our communities. We love training. We've been deeply rooted in training and being servant leaders in our firehouse with the guys we work with. So we've sat down and how are we going to bring that into this hobby, right? Or charity, and I'll get to the charity part in a minute. Well, we're going to put the same passion and fire that's been burning on our house and dedication to every single barrel we put out. It's not just a firefighter bourbon, even though it's going to look like that when you look at it. But here's the best part of it. We partnered with a very large national charity organization. Every bottle we sell, and we plan on putting out lots of bottles, not just one barrel. First release, second release, this is going to be, we're going to be in the bourbon industry. Like that's my goal post-retirement. But every bottle we sell, we're going to take the proceeds. We're going to give them directly to first responder families and military families, because we both believe in continuing to serve our communities. And that's the biggest part of this. Like, we didn't want to just do another bourbon bottle because everybody does that. How can we serve our communities? And then we're going to do different releases. And we hope, my goal overall, just to kind of answer your question, the last part is I love teaching. I've got my big water classes. I got some stuff that I do. But my goal is to one day get a phone call and say, Rossi, we need you full-time, going here, coming back to Kentucky, going over here, doing these tastings. and I can do bourbon and maybe be a master distiller one day, because that's my next goal, is to be a master distiller. And with the grace of God and help of a lot of luck and people out in the industry, we can maybe make that happen. So
That's cool. That's
what
actually really,
that's what post retirement is. Hopefully,
I love
you
that
know,
goal.
working out.
Honestly, like I don't think I've ever heard anyone say they want to be a master distiller when they retire.
Yeah,
And
because
that's
I know it
pretty
sounds
cool.
like work again, but you know what? I'm not. And this is not for the
It's not
money.
work if you love it, though.
It's not money, and it's not even to promote our names. It's because we both, people know me. They follow me sometimes on Instagram, and I can put my handle out there, right? The Low Country Bourbon Guy, right? That's what I'm Instagram. I make daily videos. Sometimes I do bottle reviews. I did a smoked old fashioned. I put my gear on there. You know, I know some people think that's corny, but hey, I'm just having fun with it. It's
Yeah.
fun. But you know what? When I go to fire calls, my chief doesn't call me Rossi anymore. He goes, "Hey, Bourbon Guy," and I'm like, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah, I follow your videos. I love them." You know, but that's a passion, just like the fire service. Let's see where it takes us.
That's so
But
cool.
we're always, the last thing I'll say about that is, and again, this is important to me, but everything that we do with that bourbon label, different than, again, a lot of business out there, God's coming first in every one of our decisions. He has to. He has to direct our path, because I don't want to do something for the wrong reason.
Yeah.
I don't want to do something just to make somebody else famous, money, power, pride, none of that. That's not what that's not, Troy and I are not like that. We're hard charging firemen. Like, he's the kind of chief that if he was outside right now, he'd have his full gear on. He'd be in the burn building with me. That's how he is. Anybody that knows him, that's how he's awesome.
That's awesome.
He's a big part of why I am who I am and where I am in my journey. But that's a little bit about our bourbon. I can't tell you too many more details, but stay tuned. Follow the pages. I've got them all over social media, and look for something great. We're going to change the bourbon industry. We hope so. Anyways,
I think that's fantastic. What a great goal. What a great mission. And you actually just dropped something right there too. You would do a water class. What is that?
oh, okay. All right. Yeah, so I do a class called Big Fire, Big Water. Now, it's not as sexy as pulling lines. I ran an engine truck class for many years down in South Florida. Big Fire, Big Water is teaching departments, drafting, relay operations, master stream, four-way valves, troubleshooting, because here's what I've learned just in my career, especially in South Florida. We do a lot of great things. Interior firefighting, again, hard chargers, but when you dump 1,000 feet of hose on the ground and you take it up to a ladder truck a mile away, and your head pressure's at 30 psi and you're wondering what you're doing wrong, you can fix that. You know what I mean? And that's what I teach, is the art of moving big water on the fire ground. Again, it's not the most sexiest, but it's important. And I told a young guy yesterday, I said, water supply, hitting a hydrant on a fire is not something everybody wants to do. But when you run out of water, what happens on the fire ground?
Right.
The whole entire scene just goes downhill. So that's kind of a little bit about big water. I'm passionate about this. I got big water, big bourbon. Those are maybe the two things, and I'm going to do a little bit of each, but mostly the bourbon's going to be my passion project.
Awesome. For the class, are you going to be anywhere that anyone can find you to take that class?
So right now, predominantly in South Carolina. So
Okay.
I'm going to be living in Bluffton, South Carolina, Hilton Head area. My wife and I got a couple classes lined up here. Listen, Shane's already asked me, would you come out here to Bears.The? Absolutely. So maybe next year we do a big water class. Another chief here had asked me. I'm going to limit the travel like I used to do, because listen, my wife, my family's the most important thing, and I don't want to get into where I was 10 years ago, where all I was doing was teaching and traveling. That's important, but I'm going to be selective. And I got some other vendors that are out here on the fire ground that have already come up to me, and I'll hook up with them, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
That's great. Family first.
Yeah,
absolutely. Sure. Well, I really appreciate it, Mark. It has been a fantastic conversation.
Yeah, thank you.
Just for anybody who's listening or watching, what is your handle, or for Instagram, so they can follow you and see where you're going with the bourbon?
So you guys can look me up, Low Country Bourbon Guy, all lowercase. You can also find me Big Fire, Big Water, FD on Instagram. And I'll leave this out there with your listeners. I'm an open book, and I love to train, and I just love to help other people. It doesn't matter if it's fire service, bourbon, company leadership. You guys, he can put my Mike, you can put my contact information, email me, phone calls, text. I love that stuff.
Sure.
It doesn't matter. I don't care. You're never bothering me. I tell it to people, because for years I had an interview prep company for like 15 years. I helped young guys get promoted, interview stuff. I did a little bit of everything, but I love what I hear from people, especially when they say, "Hey, we saw you on the C.A.N report." Oh, wow, that's cool. That's really cool. So yeah, man, I'm just here to help.
I appreciate your time, Cap. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Rossi.
And so there you heard it. We're at Bearsville number 6. Mark Rossi from Southern Florida. He's got his mission after he retires, February 24th. So make sure you reach out to him, find out more about what he's doing. Make sure you follow his pages, and honestly follow Bears of the Oath. If you're curious about it, please follow their page. They're doing fantastic things down here in Georgia. It's open to anybody. And just also to get on the tail end of things, it's a faith-based program. It doesn't mean that you have to follow the same faith. And as some people get scared of that, and I'm going to go on a tangent real quick, is that I'm a Jewish dude from New Hampshire, and I never once feel out of place here. Everyone makes me feel welcomed. It doesn't matter that you are of a different faith. As long as you're a good person, you have an open mind, an open heart, and you're here to learn, and you're here to support one another. So if you're curious about that, you can always reach out to me for information. You can reach out to Shane Bentley. You can reach out to Mark Rossi. We're open books, transparent. We just want people to be here, do good things, and be good people. So that being said, y'all take care. Stay safe. I want you to say it with me. I always end my program with this. Mazel tov. You ready? Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.